Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sensing Spirituality Show with me, Iain Mason. I'm going to use those old words which are a bit cheeky, your hostess with the mostess. And I'm sporting my birthday T-shirt here that I got last week. It was on my birthday. I don't know where all your cards went, but you must have held me in your thoughts. So I thank you for that. So here we are today, brought to you with A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, where with love we welcome you. So good evening, all you jolly folk around the world. Now, what have I got to say to you this evening? Just a few words I really wanted to share, and it's been born out of really my experiences today. I like to talk, which is obviously one of the reasons I have a radio show, and I love people, and I love you guys more than you can probably know, which is exactly why I am here, and the show is brought to you. So I decided, how do I truly connect to my spiritual self in everyday life? Never mind all this, let it go, let it flow. But joking aside, they're all valid points. But how do I keep this sane in everyday life? No jokes. And I've come to the conclusion, like everything in life, you have to talk to yourself an awful lot. Now that might sound like a really strange thing to do, might sound a bit egoic to some of you. But the thing is, when you think about it, we're told throughout our lives what to be, what to do, what to think. Schools teach us what the government tells them to teach us. When we go to jobs, and I appreciate there's a service to be performed, but to some extent, with the less evolved companies, they tell us really what we can do, and we have our appraisals, and they tell us whether we're a good person or a bad person if we've done this or that, as they view life according to them. And depending on people's spiritual awareness and awakening, depends upon just how sound their judgments or opinions of us are. But that's exactly what they are. So you've got to keep this safe. Now, we all know we have a subconscious mind. Marissa Peer says it's like a wild black stallion, nothing can contain it. And here we are, an inexperienced horse tamer, trying to keep this black stallion on a bit of rope under control. Now, that's obviously a very difficult feat when you think about it. So I've come to the conclusion we need to talk to ourselves, because you know what? Our minds run away. I've said it before. They write the chapter of the book when a situation comes up, and they create all the things that could happen and all the doubt that we have for ourselves as well. You know, we put ourselves down, or people or our parents or friends that are around us may have their opinions of us. But that's fine, because that's none of our business. But to keep ourselves sane, it's really important to tell yourself you're okay. I've come to this conclusion today. So I woke up this morning and I decided that today, every time I had a thought that was less than positive in terms of the direction of my dreams and aspirations that I wanted to go to, I would counter it. So I was like my own boxing opponent in the ring. If it jabbed me, I jabbed it back, but spiritually, no physical stuff. So I said to myself, no matter what happens today, I'm going to respond to every situation or thought that I come across. So I go out on my travels. I go into town and I'm walking through town, and there's a lovely lady sitting on a bench at a bus stop. She says to me, "Excuse me, can you help me?" So I said, "Sure." She said, "Is there a taxi company around here?" I said, "Well, this isn't my local town. There must be, but I don't know." But I had the time. So I sat down next to her, looked up on the phone, long story short, rung them up, and I said, "What would you like to know?" She said, "I'd like a price for the trip." She wasn't able to afford that trip, or chose not to pay the price that was asked. And I got up to leave, and I said, "Well, good luck. I hope you get to where you need to be." She was going to the local hospital at the time, and I wasn't free to drive her, unfortunately. So as I went to go, she just sort of nodded her head, and I got about 3 steps away from her, and she went, "Young man," I loved her even more at that point. Oh, what a lovely lady. And she said, "Young man," she says, "God bless you, thank you." Now, the funny thing with that was that I actually had no expectation of a desire or a wish for thanks. I'd merely gone off because I helped someone. I was able to, I had that time. And off I popped, and at that last minute she did. Now, when I turned back round, the way that she said it, those of you who know Maya Angelou, a wonderful speaker, passed in 2014, but a lovely lady, friend of Oprah's, she sounded exactly like her. And that just really rocked me. So I thought, okay, this is going to be an interesting day. So later on, I go down the road and I'm walking the dog out in nature. And as I walk along in nature, I come across this lady who has a dog that I had from my childhood. It's a particular rare breed of dog. We struck up a conversation. Now, obviously, I'm a spiritual medium, as you know. This lady, we found out in conversation, her father passed 2 months ago. And promptly in conversation, this came up. She brought it up. She then burst into tears. I then explained what I did, and we had a little bit of a mini reading there on the bridge. And I actually gave her my details, and I said, I would like to do for you a free reading because this poor lady was naturally distraught. So I gave her my contact details and showed her where I was on Facebook. And I said, no pressure. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's an open offer. Your husband, partner, family, they can all come in. I'll come to you and I will do that reading for you because I want to show you that love is all around you. Very grateful. She hugged me and off she went. Random people. Never seen them before. Now I walked further on down the path and I then had this sort of tweeting of a bird and I looked and it was a robin. And this robin was probably about an arm's length and a half away from me. It came that close. Birds don't normally come that close, particularly robins. And those of you that are more spiritual amongst you watching this show will understand that robins are considered a spiritual sign. And it blew me away. But what an incredible experience it was that day. And so in our gift of giving, the going keeps coming back to us. I've said it before, it is so, so true. And on the way back with the dog, I had to stop at the optician's there, and I got a cracking deal on a pair of new glasses, which I might share with you later if you're behaving yourselves in another show. But what an incredible journey. So what I want to say to you is it's so important to be yourselves. There's an expression called soulpreneur, which is a variation on entrepreneur, and it's to truly discover everything. There's a show I was watching on YouTube, and it talked about how this guy said that when we ask ourselves questions, can I do this or I can't do that, or we say things like that, we close ourselves down. So in that constant state of conversation we should have when we face our struggles or challenges that come our way, because when we grow through things, but what we do is we resist, which is why we grow. And so if we don't do that, or we say to ourselves like a little prayer before is, how can I achieve this? How can I do what I've come here to do? How can I best serve this situation as you are asking of me? Because it's also a prayer. And I guarantee you, you will get some sort of a sense of direction. You'll feel some sort of connection. So it's very important to be a soulpreneur in the true sense of the word. Now, there are things that we have to learn in life. We understand that. There are some things we have to pay attention to for good reason, speeding policeman rules and things like that. But don't turn yourself off to life. And whenever you have those thoughts in life, you've always got to say, I am enough. Like Muhammad Ali, I am the greatest. And when we are struggling, how can I achieve what I need to do? So I really hope that helps you. And you can put that in your little mace in the case toolkit and carry it around with you. Now, we have Sashi in Warda in India actually connecting. I can't pronounce the district that she's from, so apologies, Sashi. And we welcome you to the show. Good evening.
Yes.
Hello, my darling. How are you? Are you well?
Hello.
Are you well? Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. How are you this evening? Are you well?
I can't hear you too properly. Can you be a little louder, please?
Whoa, I didn't quite catch that. It's not the clearest of lines. Could you just say that again for me, please?
Yeah, can you please be a little louder? I cannot hear you properly.
Oh, okay. All right. We're just doing a few tweaks in the studio here just to help enhance that chat. How may I help you this evening? Is it a general reading that you would like, or is there something specific that I may be able to help you with?
I'd like a reading.
Okay. Just a general reading, or any particular area? Obviously, I don't want you to tell me any details.
I'd actually like to know about my career on what and where to go next. Uh, I'm a dentist and I'm just finishing up my internship. So I'd like to know where about my career, what I will be doing in future. Where can I go? I don't really like dentistry, but is there a future for me in there? And actually, what else can I do? On what else is possible for me?
Okay, I caught bits of that. I believe you said you're a dentist, and you mentioned your brother and your father. Um, is it about that relationship or those people that you wanted your reading?
What?
Is it about your father and your brother that you would like the reading focused on?
Yeah, I don't really have a good relationship with my family. Right now, my relationship with my father is quite. He's upset with me because I took a break in my internship.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me just see where I go with this because I've just got this really funny wobbly feeling. So just let me see where I go with this. Right. Now, okay. All right. Phew. I've just got this terrific head rush at the moment. Now, what I want to say to you is your mum's mum, your maternal grandmother has passed.
My maternal grandmother is still alive.
No, your mum's mum,
Yeah,
granny
she's
mum's
alive.
side. Okay. And do you understand the passing, please, of what feels to me like a heart condition, which is what she gives me here? I get a fluttering through my chest, but I also get a dizzy feeling in my head here.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
I cannot quite hear properly what you're telling me.
Oh, okay. It feels like she passes. She's given me the sensation that she passes of what is like a heart condition, but linked to like a head rush. So, like when something goes bang in the head or you get a bit dizzy, that kind of a feeling. That's how she's making me feel. And she wants to acknowledge the gentleman, dad's side of the family, that passes through lung cancer, please, because he's here too. There's a
Okay.
J name that links there. Does that make sense to you?
Actually, no, I'm not able to hear it properly. I know what this is like.
Okay, I'm not sure what you call it from what I said there, but that's okay. Let me just see where I go. Now, I obviously get that there's relationship issues with the family and not the best of connections, but would you understand that your life choices that you've made for yourself aren't understood by your family?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Did you catch that?
Um, you said my life choices are based on the rest of my family.
Yeah, the choices that you've made for what you would like out of life, your family don't understand why you're doing those. So it would be that for them,
Yes.
they would be difficult to accept.
Yeah, they kind of find it difficult, like whatever I do, however I do. And I understand, I kind of feel like the black sheep of the family where I don't really feel connected with my mom, nor my brother, nor my father. I just feel it's not that they don't love me or anything of that sort. It's more like
Yes.
I cannot connect with them.
Okay, but would you understand that your brother is someone who would be very traditional.
Yes, he is.
Yes, exactly. And so he's very much what I want to say is somebody that's, I'm going to say, seeks approval of the family there, or likes to keep order.
Yes, yes.
Because what your grandmother is saying to me is that he won't move away from that traditional thinking. But what I'm being told is that what I'm being told is you've got ideas for yourself that are, what I want to say is, out of the ordinary. And what you want to do for work is not understood. Your career choice is not understood by the family because it's not something that would be done. You understand?
Based on my family.
Okay. Now, what I'm being, yeah, what I'm being shown is, go on.
Yeah, I'm saying my father actually, when I was taking admission into dentistry in dental school, so it was more of my father, he wanted me to become a doctor of that sort, and since childhood, and I think I kind of lost interest because it was kind of forced, but I think I got over it, but I don't know, I just feel a resistance inside of me. Um, I pick up things very easily, but then I just feel very scared when I like with the dental practices. Like it's like I don't feel confident that I could be a good doctor. You know. So I want to know where this fear is arising from. Like lately, I feel like my life is based on a lot of fear. I've made the crappiest of the crappiest choices. And it's been tough,
Okay.
but yesterday things worked out. And now where am I going? I want to know what to me in the future, like what can I do? Where can I go? How things will be?
Yes, and what I was saying at the start there, and in my introduction, was you have to ask how can you achieve what you need to achieve, because what your grandmother says is that you're very clear about where you want to go. You're very clear that I want to go straight ahead here, and I don't want to go off on the tangent that is expected of me, because I feel for you that you're quite creative in the way that your grandmother describes it, and very entrepreneurial in your thinking yourself. So you've got lots of thoughts and ideas about what you want to do. Make sense?
Can you be a little slower, please?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Can you speak a little slower so I can catch up, because there's a lot of echo I think that's coming on from your end.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's just the connection. I was going to say to you that what your grandmother is saying to me is that you are very entrepreneurial in your thinking and very clear about the direction that you want to go in. And it's something that I would describe as something that you have to do, like you can't not do it, because it's very much part of you. And I feel that I want to go down a non-traditional route with work. So I want to go away from the kind of doctor, dentist, lawyer thing, and I want to go down something that's more middle of the road, and perhaps more either media driven or something that involves communication or involvement with people here. Would that make sense for you?
Yeah, I am quite good with communicating with my patients. Like I feel like I could be a very good communicator. Like I can make people very easy around me. Like
Yes. And I feel that you're a very good advisor, is what your grandmother's saying to me here. Very good at helping people and helping your friends. Your grandmother's saying to me, you've helped two friends with difficult situations that one was to do with bereavement and the other was a marital issue. And she said you were very good in giving them help and advice.
Yeah, I do. I help my friends a lot, and they've been with me. But it's just like right now, I'm at a spot, where I'm kind of confused where things are going to go, what is for me ahead in life, like, am I going to be pursuing dentistry or am I going to be doing something great? Yeah.
Okay, well, look, before we come to the end of the show, what I'd like to leave you with is just perhaps some thoughts for you to consider. And what I'd like to say to you is if you lie quietly and in your own time and space with your eyes shut and just tune into yourself, and if you ask yourself, how can I move myself forward in the direction of what I wish for myself? So whatever that wish is, that should help you. But I am going to have to, unfortunately, bring the show to a close now. We've run out of time here. So just tune into yourself as best you're able. And, I wish you the very best of luck with everything. I really, really do. And I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you can achieve it. So I'd like to say thank you so much for phoning into the show. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Mine too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're off now. Time flies when you're having fun. So with love, I leave you. As with love, we welcomed you. And you take care of yourselves. And if you'd like to contact me for a reading, you can find me on Facebook and through www.iainmason.com, where I'm always here to help you. Thanks very much, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Lots of love. Goodbye.